I'm joined by Pete Nash here in the studio. We're talking about walking football, which I think I covered a few years ago. NSC is where it goes on. But Pete, you're back here today because you're trying to expand it out. I mean, I know there's quite a dedicated core of you that do that, but you think there's more people out there who want to take part in this?
Well, we certainly hope so. But, I started playing walking football on the island about 18 months ago. And I joined probably about 18 or 20 lads who've been playing it regularly, and we play twice a week at the NSC. And what we want to do really, though, is to increase the awareness of it so that we can encourage people from, say, Ramsey and Port Erin, Peel, Castletown to come and play. And ultimately, I personally and some others would like to see an island-wide league. But the most important thing to do at the moment is to just get people to play it on a friendly basis, because the NHS, for instance, recommend it not just as a way of playing for fun, but it's also good for your mental health and physical health. So it's a great thing for people to do of any age if they're over 55.
Okay, as it says on the tin, walking, not obviously running or anything, but why? I mean, what? You know, do you want to burst into a little bit of a run every now and again? Or is it quite hard to keep walking?
It is, and that's the biggest problem with it. I think people think, first of all, when they hear about walking football, it's for old codgers going around the pitch on Zimmer frames. Nothing could be further from the truth. When it started back in Chesterfield Football Club started it as an activity for over 55s, and that was in 2011. And the aim really was to just encourage people who are retired and to get the old boots out again and start playing, more as I say, for an activity. But it quickly took off when Barclays Bank started promoting it. People might remember some of the adverts that were on television. And so what it really does is, for a lot of people, when I mentioned the mental health, a lot of people, when they retire or stop playing, they can get a bit lonely, and playing walking football is a great social activity. And also, it's just good for cardiovascular activity, as well as for things like your balance. As you get older, some people can find it difficult to balance. But if you're doing walking football, then it solves all of those problems. It keeps you active, keeps your balance there, and it keeps you fit, and also your muscles in your legs are fit when you play it as well. But sorry, I was going to say, one thing that is the problem, Paul, I'll pick up on what you said, is the walking. And they have now a proper set of rules because it's played around the world. But the single biggest problem is to stop people running.
Right.
And they've now developed a system where the referees will put up a blue card if you're caught running 2 or 3 times, and you have to go into a sin bin for maybe 10 minutes.
Now, does it just appeal then to retirees, or I mean, do you get younger people involved, or you know, what's
the rules are that you have to be over 55, but there's a big difference between someone who's, say, 55 or 56, who may still be a lot fitter than someone who's, say, 65 or 70. So typically the games can be played, there'll be an over 55 team, an over 60s team, an over 65 team, and we have at the NSC people playing well into their 70s. In fact, I think there's only a couple of people in their 50s, so most of us are over 60. I'm 64 now. So we enjoy it, and the important thing is that it's for people of any skill level and of any stage of fitness. So if you're unfit, it can get you fit, and if you've probably lost some of your silky skills at football, you can rediscover them by playing walking football.
And you obviously love it. I mean,
I absolutely love it, and you know, one of the most amazing things about it is that you could be suffering from the most unimaginable stress. Your partner may have left you, your bank may be repossessed in the house or something, but for that 1 hour or so that you're playing walking football, all you can concentrate on is just enjoying the game, and all your worries are going out the window.
And you made a good point there about the NHS, because keeping mobile, getting your heart rate up every now and again, it's got to be good for you, hasn't it, within reason? Oh,
it's so important, and it's the singular reason that I started playing, because I have a desk-bound job in front of the computer, and I was aware that by having such a sedentary lifestyle, that it was important as I'm getting older to try and to do something to get fit. And I tried going to the gym, but I absolutely hated it, because I just found myself clock watching all the time, and I wasn't enjoying it. But with walking football, you just are totally unaware of time passing by, and at the end of it, you not only feel good, your heart's going, you feel better for the exercise, but if I play in goal, so I don't play out the pitch, but if you do something like a good save, or if a striker scores a good goal, or even if someone does a good tackle, when you come away from that, you actually feel like you did when you were 20 or 30, having had a really good game. And you know it's on a lower level. Yeah. That's okay, but you just feel so good for it.
So you want to get more people involved to get a league going? I mean, have you got a league as such yet? Or
So the plan is now that the guys who play football at the NSC, we've organised a walking football festival in Douglas at the NSC Bowl on Thursday, September the 26th. That's from 12 to 4 o'clock. And what we want to do is make that open to any individuals who are over 55 who want to come along, and we'll find a team for them to play in. Or it could well be that there are teams, some of the existing football clubs may find that some of their retired players or supporters would want to come together and form a club, and they could enter a team into the tournament. So it's open to anybody, whether you form a new team or whether you just want to come along as an individual. And once we do that session on September the 26th, we'll be able to find out what the consensus is for taking it onto another level to play friendlies. But that's the first step that we want to do.
Okay, more information on a Facebook page or whatever, is it?
Yeah, if people want to enter, if they can send an email to Mike Sharp at walkingfootball at manx.net. Did I say that right? Walkingfootball at manx.net, that's it. And then we'll be delighted to hear from you. We'll get back to you and we'll enter you into the tournament.